Alright, here we go. First, for our biscuit recipe, we're going to use 2 cups of flour. And I like bigger biscuits, so it's not going to make that many because I'm going to make them kind of big. Alright, then we're going to do a tablespoon of baking powder. This might be just a little more than a tablespoon, which is okay. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of salt. And then, of course, we want to use a little sugar. So we'll do about, I like them kind of sweet, so we'll do like a tablespoon, a little less than a tablespoon of sugar. Probably too much sugar for most people, but I want my stuff to be good. Then we're going to whisk all that together. Make sure that it's all blended good. And that's my daughter laughing in the background at me, which I don't know what's so funny. And then I have a cube of butter, a whole stick, cut up. And then I'm going to cut this in. Now, what I'm using right here is called a pastry cutter. But you can use a fork or your fingers. I mean, you don't have to use a pastry cutter. It's just easier for me because I got it. If I didn't have it, there's days I didn't have it. And so I would just use a fork to cut it in. And you want to cut it in, let's see, so that it looks, you know, kind of granularly or kind of like cornmeal or something. Obviously not in color, not yellow, but just the texture. That it has little coarse chunks in it. I guess that's the word. I'm going to cut some of that off because butter gets stuck in there. And yeah, I wash my hands because I know I don't want the whole house to catch the cootie. There we go. Are you getting that, Ayana?
Yes, I'm getting it, Mom.
Okay, okay.
Look at
You will not be my camera woman again, I know that.
okay, that is all I wanted. All I wanted.
Alright. So it looks kind of, if you look at it, it's kind of coarse. You know, I don't know about what it's like, but yeah. So then I'm going to use buttermilk. Now, if you don't have buttermilk, you can use, I would rather you use like canned milk, evaporated milk. Just something thicker or cream, half and half. Something thick. Because like regular, like 2%, I think it's a little thin to make biscuits. I'm going to start with 3/4 of a cup. And then I'm going to add to that as I see fit.
Almost the milk.
And let's see. Let's go ahead and get started. I actually like them a little wet. Because then when I lay them out onto flour, they'll be floury on the outside. And that'll keep them all like fluffy and moist on the inside. So they're not like too dry on the inside. So that is not enough buttermilk for me. So I'm going to add some more. And buttermilk is thick, so it may not spread as much as like your canned milk, your regular milk. There we go, that's better. Kind of sticky, if you can see. It's kind of like, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of sticky, and that's kind of like how I like it. Where it's not really like a dough ball. Not yet. It's like a soft dough ball. Alright. Then I'm going to lay some flour out on my little sheet here. Leave that there because that holds it. Oh, I greased my pan, but we ain't got that far yet. And I'm going to turn my little dough ball out. Onto this. Turn it and get some flour on all sides. Now, I'm not going to knead it that much because like I said, I want the inside to still be tender, and when you knead it too much, it really doesn't have that tender consistency that we want. I'm going to leave the flour on the outside. I want the outside baked real good, but the inside, I need to be all like moist and stuff.
It's been 5 minutes.
There we go. So I want mine, like I said, kind of bigger, so it won't make as many, but I want it to rise. So I'm going to use, because I don't have a biscuit cutter, so whatever. I'm going to just use a coffee mug to cut the biscuits. Because that's about the size that I want them to be. And this is old school right here. Back in the day, they didn't have no biscuit cutters. They just had what they had. So I still roll with the coffee mug. Over here we have a cast iron skillet. I like to bake my biscuits in a cast iron skillet. They do better that way. I already greased it. So I'm just going to lay them in there. And I guess I don't care that they touch. With this dough left over, these aren't going to be the prettiest biscuits, but they're just because I don't really want to roll it and beat it anymore. So I'm just going to lay them in there. Just going to put these little pieces together. That's how you know they rustic and are artisan, handmade. They're not all like perfectly pretty, I guess. So these are your little ugly biscuits, but they still gonna be bomb.
Mom, your hand is in the way.
And these might go into the next little thing. I might bake that one by itself. Cause I guess I could get it in there, but I'm not gonna try. All right, and we're gonna put them in the oven. Again, like I said, don't get me because I'm sweating. Okay, get me. Again, like I said, it's like 440 to 450 degrees. It needs to be pretty high for those biscuits to cook up right. So I'm going to check them. They are something you need to check. They will burn up. But, you know, we'll see what happens. All right. Peace.